Have you ever wondered why, despite eating a healthy diet, exercising regularly, and walking every day, your legs still feel weaker? Why is it harder to climb stairs? Why is it slower to stand up each time? Many people think it's just age. But the truth may be more surprising. There is a silent factor happening every day, right in the fruit plate you eat, that is making your legs weaker little by little. Yes, you heard right. It's not that you're not doing it right. It's that you're doing it wrong unconsciously, specifically believing that all fruit is good for the elderly. The reality is, not all fruits are safe after 60. Some, while sweet natural and once recommended, are high in acid natural sugar and fructose. These can disrupts blood sugar, stimulates arthritis, especially knees and ankles, reduces blood circulation to the legs, making you feel tired, swollen, and heavy in the legs after eating. And the worst part, you don't even know it's happening. The effects don't come immediately, but rather build up over time until you realize you're not walking as smoothly as you used to. So if you really care about your foot health and your future mobility, watch this video until the end. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, because this is where you'll discover the untold truths about senior health. And if you're watching this video, I want to hear from you. Leave a 1 in the comments if this resonated with you. If it didn't, leave a 0, because your voice matters more than you think. And now, to help you understand better, let's explore together. Familiar fruits, but elderly people should avoid or strictly limit if you do not want your leg strength to continue to decline every day. And the first type on this list is pineapple. Pineapple, a juicy, delicious tropical fruit, once hailed as an anti-inflammatory superfood thanks to its bromelain content, an enzyme that reduces swelling, aids digestion, and repairs tissue. But for people over 60, pineapple may be doing the opposite. Sounds contradictory, but the truth is that pineapples are not as gentle as they seem. This fruit is high in natural sugars and has a strong acid content. When consumed by the elderly, who have weaker blood vessels, slower circulation, and poorer metabolism, pineapple can cause a host of problems. Sudden increase in blood sugar damages the capillaries that nourish the legs, causing blood to no longer circulate effectively to the muscles and joints of the legs. Acid from pineapple irritates joint tissue, making existing chronic inflammation in the knees, ankles, and hips worse. Many elderly people describe the feeling after eating pineapple as dull pain in the calves, swollen ankles, or feeling heavy legs after standing up even after walking a short distance. Worse yet, if you're taking medication, especially blood thinners like warfarin, the bromelain in pineapple can interact in ways that can be uncontrollable. It changes the way the drug works, making the anticoagulant effect too strong or too weak, both of which are dangerous. The biggest problem here is the effects of pineapple are not immediate. There is no sharp pain immediately after eating. There are no obvious abnormalities. It happens slowly, insidiously, making you mistakenly think that this is just natural aging. A week, a month, a year after eating pineapple regularly, you suddenly realize each step becomes heavier. Each time you stand up, it takes a little more effort. But you have no doubt that the golden pineapple in your dessert is the culprit. So should we eliminate pineapple completely? Not really. But if you suffer from chronic leg pain, stiff joints, or poor circulation, try cutting out pineapple for a few weeks. Your body will tell you. Remember, every fruit has its pros and cons, especially for aging bodies. For younger people, pineapple can be a nutritious treat. But for the elderly, it can be a traitor, silently robbing the legs of the strength you're trying to preserve. Even pineapple, a fruit rich in anti-inflammatory enzymes, can turn into a traitor. Then how many other fruits are silently causing harm that you don't expect? And the next type is banana. A soft, sweet fruit recommended to prevent cramps, supplement potassium, good for muscles. But with the aging body, bananas may be acting as imposters, causing you to have more tired legs, water retention, and muscle weakness after each meal. Bananas, Soft, sweet, convenient, and have long been considered a muscle-friendly companion. Rich in potassium, bananas are often recommended to prevent cramps and provide quick energy before exercise. But for seniors, behind that harmless appearance lies a dangerous imposter, especially when you're trying to preserve leg strength. It's true that bananas contain potassium, a mineral important for nerve and muscle health, but that's only part of the story. Bananas also contain a fair amount of natural sugars, mainly fructose and glucose, along with easily digestible carbohydrates. In young people, these substances are burned quickly to create energy. But in people after the age of 60, this process slows down. What is the result? After eating bananas, blood sugar increases rapidly, stimulating the body to secrete insulin. In the elderly, insulin resistance often appears. Sugar is not processed effectively, causing silent inflammation in muscles and joints, especially in the legs. Many people describe feeling heavy legs, aching calves, or tired knees after a meal containing bananas, especially if combined with other starchy foods. Not only that, bananas also tend to retain water in the body. For people with a history of mild heart failure, high blood pressure, or early-stage kidney failure, water retention can lead to swollen feet and ankles, mild morning stiffness, feeling of heaviness or heaviness in the legs when walking. The danger is bananas are too familiar, too easy to eat. Many seniors use bananas as a snack dessert or even before bed to prevent cramps, unintentionally repeating a cycle of inflammation and water retention, making the legs more tired and reflexes slower. Try not eating bananas for a while. Your body will tell you what is right. Remember, not all foods that are good for young people are good for old people. Bananas were once a symbol of muscle strength, but with a slowing metabolism, it can become a dangerous imposter, weakening the very legs you're trying to protect. If bananas, a symbol of muscle strength, can make your legs heavy and retain water, this further shows that we need to revisit everything that used to be considered good. And sometimes, it's the little things that are easiest to eat, sweetest, and seemingly most harmless, brings the biggest consequences. The next fruit is a perfect example of that: grape. Grapes, small, sweet, juicy. Many people love them because they are easy to eat, good for the heart, and rich in antioxidants. But for people over 60, behind that gentle appearance is an unexpected danger to your feet. What makes grapes dangerous is fructose, a natural, simple sugar found in most fruits, but especially high in grapes. When fructose enters the body, it is not used directly like glucose, but must pass through the liver for metabolism. And here's the bottom line: if the liver can't process excess fructose, it turns into visceral fat and uric acid. The consequences are high uric acid, deposited in joints, especially toes, ankles, knees, causes gout, swelling, pain, and stiff calves, a dull or throbbing pain in your toes at night, a slight feeling of tightness in your calves after walking, or stiff knees when you wake up in the morning. They could all be related to grapes. Not to mention, fructose is also a substance that promotes systemic inflammation. When you eat too many grapes, which is very likely to happen because each fruit is small, light, and easy to sip, you are introducing a flood of sugar molecules into your body that can trigger a prolonged inflammatory response. Inflammation doesn't just make your feet hurt. It also reduces joint flexibility, causes mild swelling in the legs, increased feeling of fatigue, and difficulty walking after standing for long periods of time. The most dangerous thing is the invisibility of the problem. You eat grapes as a dessert, a light snack, but the body builds up sugar and uric acid little by little, until one morning you wake up with an unusually painful big toe. You may wonder, wouldn't it be better if I ate grapes instead of candy? This may be true for young people and people who exercise a lot. But in your 60s and older, when your liver is weaker, blood circulation is slower, and your immune system is more prone to inflammation, grapes may no longer be a safe choice. Try eliminating grapes from your diet for 14 days. The results may surprise you. Just a small handful a day can cause joint pain, swollen feet, or sore muscles. Then imagine the consequences if you eat another fruit, more sweeter and seemingly all water. We are talking about watermelon, a popular fruit in summer loved for its cool taste, easy to eat, and thirst-quenching. Watermelon, the symbol of summer, sweet, juicy, refreshing. With nearly 90% water, it is often seen as a harmless dessert, even helping to cool down and replenish water. But the truth is, for people over 60, watermelon is not as gentle as it looks. Despite its high water content, watermelon has an extremely high glycemic index (GI), placing it among the fruits that cause blood sugar to spike after eating. In young people, the pancreas works well. Insulin is secreted promptly to balance blood sugar, but in the elderly things are different. Insulin is less effective. Slower metabolic reaction. The body has difficulty regulating blood sugar after each meal. As a result, after a few slices of watermelon, blood sugar spikes, then drops rapidly, creating large fluctuations in the internal environment and triggering a chain reaction that causes chronic inflammation. Inflammation occurs not only in the internal organs, but often concentrates in the joints and soft tissues of the legs, where blood circulation is already poor. Many people mistakenly think it's due to hot weather or age, while the real culprit lies in the cool slice of watermelon on the plate. Another concern is that watermelon is easy to overeat. The sweetness and juiciness make it hard to notice that you've eaten 2 to 3 large slices, the natural sugar equivalent of 3 to 4 tablespoons of white sugar. More sugar, more insulin, more inflammation. And remember, chronic inflammation doesn't just cause joint pain. It also reduces flexibility of leg muscles, increased risk of night cramps, increases pressure on the knee and ankle joints, making climbing stairs or standing for long periods difficult. Try eliminating watermelon from your diet for 7 to 10 days. The results may surprise you. Watermelon, while sweet and refreshing, is not just water that seniors need, it's blood sugar stability and inflammation. And in that respect, watermelon may be working against you. If watermelon, a fruit rich in water, seemingly harmless, can also make your feet swell and silently become inflamed, then how many other types of nutritious fruits are fooling your body every day? A typical example is mulberry. Once considered a blood tonic, it is often soaked in syrup, eaten with ice, or used as a healthy dessert. But for the elderly, mulberry can be a dangerous camouflage, causing arthritis, foot pain, and a gradual loss of the flexibility you once had. Mulberries, a small, juicy fruit often found in syrups, jams, or herbal teas. It has long been considered a blood tonic for the elderly, thanks to its deep color and natural sweetness. But few people know that. For people over 60, mulberry can be the silent culprit, causing joint pain, swollen legs, and gradual weakness over the years. The first reason lies in the high oxalate content in mulberries. This is a natural compound that, when entering the body, will bind with calcium, easily forming oxalate crystals that deposit in the kidneys and joints, especially in the knees, ankles, and hips, the areas that take the most pressure when walking. If you've ever woken up with a slight stiffness or a burning sensation in your knees after eating mulberries, it's no coincidence. Next is the significant amount of natural sugar in mulberries. In young people, the metabolism and insulin regulation work effectively, but in the elderly, this function has weakened, causing blood sugar to fluctuate more. Consequences: swelling of the legs, especially the ankles, feeling tired and heavy legs after meals, or cramps, stiffness when sitting for a long time. The danger is, mulberries are easy to overeat. Unlike candy that makes you wary, mulberries have a natural appearance and an appealing sweet and sour taste, making it easy to eat a whole bowl without thinking. But even small amounts can exceed the safe sugar and oxalate thresholds for older adults. There is no need to completely ban mulberries, but reduce the frequency, especially if you have a history of arthritis, swollen feet, or are taking diuretics and anticoagulants. Take a closer look at your body after each meal. Sometimes just a small change can make a big difference in your health. Mulberries are not bad, but at this age, your body needs things with less hidden side effects. Don't let the nutritious food turn into a traitor that causes your legs, the foundation of your self-control, to gradually weaken day by day. Even mulberries, a fruit once considered blood-nourishing and liver-cooling, can cause arthritis and tired legs. Then it further proves a healthy reputation does not mean safety for older adults. And next, we come to a fruit. A regular on the clean eating menu, green apples. When it comes to healthy eating, many elderly people will immediately think of green apples, a crunchy, low-sugar fruit that is said to be good for diabetics, easy to digest, and aids in weight loss. But behind that cool exterior and slightly sour taste, green apples may be secretly causing tired legs, joint pain, and loss of strength if you're over 60. The first thing to watch out for is malic acid, the compound that gives green apples their characteristic sour taste. For young people, this acid is not a big problem, but as the digestive system weakens with age, the intestinal lining becomes thinner, and malic acid can cause irritation. Not only does it make you feel bloated or have indigestion, but when it enters the bloodstream, it can affect soft tissues, especially those around the joints. Consequences: some elderly people after eating green apples described mild pain in the thighs, hips, or knees, numbness in the calves, especially when walking in the morning, mild tension in large joints for no apparent reason. But that's not all. Green apples, despite their tart taste, still contain a fair amount of natural sugar, especially fructose. In young people, this type of sugar is metabolized well, but in the elderly with slow metabolism and insulin resistance, this amount of sugar can easily cause blood sugar fluctuations. Sudden increase in insulin followed by rapid decrease leads to tired legs, muscle weakness after meals or night cramps. What's more worrying is the habit of eating green apples as an evening snack or after-meal snack, especially popular among older adults who are watching their weight. But eating green apples before bed, when the body is slowing down to prepare for recovery, is when blood sugar fluctuations are most harmful and acids are in prolonged contact with the stomach lining and joint tissue. An apple that seems light and clean can be the silent culprit that makes you feel more lethargic every morning, less flexible when standing up and sitting down, or heavy legs when climbing stairs. Try taking a break from green apples for 10-14 days and see how your body reacts. Sometimes your body is trying to send you a signal. You just haven't realized it yet. Even green apples, crunchy, low sugar, and considered a safe choice, can cause joint pain and tired legs. Then that shows even the most seemingly benign foods need to be reconsidered at this age. And last on the list is a fruit. Most favorite, especially in the summer, mango. Mango, a summer fruit loved for its sweet, fragrant taste and refreshing feeling. Almost everyone has heard that mangoes are a source of vitamin A, aid digestion, and beautify the skin. But for the elderly, mangoes may no longer be nature's sweet gift, but a silent sugar bomb that causes inflammation and weakens the legs over time. What makes mangoes dangerous is their high natural sugar content, mainly fructose. For a young body, the energy from mangoes can be metabolized quickly. But in people over 60 where metabolic function has decreased, insulin is weak. This amount of sugar causes blood sugar spike after eating. Insulin spikes, then drops rapidly. Causes inflammatory reactions in soft tissues, especially in the knees, ankles, and feet. What are the consequences? After a meal containing mango, many elderly people describe feet feel slightly tingling, especially in toes and soles of feet. Dull pain in the evening, even though I haven't moved much all day. Feeling of reduced flexibility, difficulty climbing stairs or standing for long periods of time. This doesn't happen all at once, but rather builds up over time. A slice of mango today, a mango smoothie tomorrow, and after a few weeks, you suddenly feel a slight numbness in your knees, slight swelling in your ankles, or tingling in your toes at night. Not only that mangoes are easy to overeat, because they are soft, sweet, light, and not immediately filling, you can eat half a large fruit without realizing you've consumed the equivalent of several tablespoons of refined sugar. Try giving up mangoes for 1 to 2 weeks. Chances are you'll see a noticeable difference. Mangoes are not the bad guys, but at this age your body doesn't need too much sweetness, but rather stable blood sugar, good circulation, and natural anti-inflammation. After all those warnings, you might be wondering, so what fruits should seniors eat to protect their feet instead of weakening them? The good news is, not all fruits are harmful. On the contrary, there are fruits gentle on the digestive system. Stabilizes blood sugar is a natural anti-inflammatory, and especially supports blood circulation to the legs. Help you less pain, less swelling, walking easier every day. And here it is. Fruits proven to be good for people over 60. Smart choices to help you regain strength, protect your joints, and walk more confidently over time. Now that you know which fruits can be harmful to your bone and circulatory health, it's time to make a list of safe, healthy, and especially beneficial fruits for your feet after 60. The fruits below are not only nutritious, but also help reduce inflammation, support blood circulation, and restore motor function, helping you feel lighter, more flexible, and steadier every day. 1. Berries. Small but mighty anti-inflammatory and circulation-boosting blackberry, raspberry, blueberry. Small berries, but contain large amounts of antioxidants, especially anthocyanin. Helps reduce inflammation, protect blood vessel walls, and improve blood circulation to the lower extremities. They are low in sugar, so they do not cause blood sugar fluctuations, making them extremely suitable for people with a history of diabetes or insulin resistance. Just a small handful a day can help your feet. Less swelling. Less knee pain after exercise. Reduces feeling of heavy legs in the evening. 2. Cherry. Weapon to reduce uric acid and joint pain. Not only delicious, cherries are also a natural nemesis of gout. This fruit helps reduce uric acid levels in the blood, thereby preventing joint pain and inflammation in the toes and ankles, the most vulnerable areas in the elderly. However, cherries should be eaten in moderation, about 5 to 10 cherries at a time, to get the benefits without excess sugar. Just a handful of cherries a few times a week can reduce the risk of gout recurrence, reduces burning sensation in the joints of the feet, increase mobility without pain. 3. Avocado. Soft, fatty, and extremely good for joints. Although few people think of avocados as a fruit, they are one of the best foods for the joints of the elderly. Avocados are rich in unsaturated fats, which help reduce inflammation, lubricate joints, and stabilize blood sugar. You can eat half an avocado every day combined with eggs, whole wheat bread, or with salad. It's delicious, helps keep your knees flexible, and reduces calf pain. 4. Papaya. Soothing to the stomach, soothing to the joints. For seniors with sensitive digestive systems, papaya is an ideal fruit. It contains the enzyme papain, a natural enzyme that helps break down proteins, reduce inflammation, and soothe soft tissues around joints. Papaya is soft, easy to digest, and does not cause bloating or blood sugar fluctuations. Eating a few pieces each morning can help you. Mild back and hip pain relief. Move around more comfortably after sitting for a long time. Improve digestion, thereby better nourishing blood to the feet. 5. Pear. Sweet, stable energy. Pears are naturally sweet, but don't spike blood sugar. When combined with a little fiber, the pear skin or protein like a few almonds, pears make an ideal snack to keep energy steady without causing muscle fatigue or swollen legs after eating. Lee helps reduce tired legs after lunch. Reduce night cramps. Maintain a sense of alertness and steadiness while walking. With just a few small changes, replacing pineapple with papaya, replacing grapes with cherries, or adding avocado and pear to your snacks, you can feel a noticeable difference in your feet. No more heaviness after meals. Less afternoon aches and pains. More flexible knees every morning. And most importantly, you no longer have to worry every time you go upstairs or get up from a chair. And that's what we're aiming for. It's not about eliminating fruit. It's about choosing the right kind at the right time for the right body. Now is the time to look back on the whole journey and take small but meaningful actions to take care of your foot health as well as your strength as you age. If you've read this far, it means you care about your health, your mobility, and your feet as you age. And I want to emphasize one important thing. Not all fruits are good for seniors. You don't have to change everything in one day. Start small, one fruit at a time. Instead of pineapple, choose papaya. Instead of grapes, try some cherries. Small steps, but each step is a step toward a healthier, more self-reliant body. And you know what? It's never too late. Whether you're 60, 70, or beyond, your body can still heal. As long as you give it the right opportunity, the right foods, the right timing, the right actions. Think of your food choices as building a foundation for old age. Because health doesn't come from big things. It comes from small habits repeated every day. Please share in the comments section. What did you learn from watching this video? Were there any fruits that surprised you? What changes will you make to your diet from today? Click like if this video is helpful, if it helps you understand your body better. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any important information about senior health. Because sometimes just the right information at the right time can save your legs and your freedom. Be patient. Observe your body. And believe this: every gentle step tomorrow begins with a choice you make today.